Hello. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Thursday. It's me, Local Weather Network. Here reporting on the National Hurricane Center. Um, so far, over here where I'm at, it's not that. It's just cloudy right now, sunny as well. A lot of sun, especially in Florida. Um, so right now with the National Hurricane Center, as you can see, we have three disturbances. Last time we only had one disturbance, and it was remnants of Gordon. Now it's a 30% chance for the next 7 days, and the next 48 hours, a 20% chance. It's expected just to keep moving northeast as well as with disturbance too. As you can see, it's popped up as well. It has a 10% chance for the next 40 hours, and the next 7 days, 20% chance. Same thing. It's expected to move west. Realistically, it might move northeast with Gordon and just move away. It's not going to impact the eastern seaboard of the United States. So as far with these two disturbances, they're not really gonna be a hazard or a threat to anyone on land and near the eastern part of the United States or Cuba or Haiti or the Dominican Republic. Those are basically safe from these two disturbances. Now, what is a threat right now is disturbance three. It has a 0% chance of developing in the next 40 hours because it's expected to develop next week around Thursday or Friday. It's going to start developing around that time, and that's where they give it a 40% chance. So as you can see, the cone is around some parts of Belize, Honduras, some parts of Cuba over here, and it's wrapped around the tip of Mexico as well into the Gulf of Mexico. This is expected to develop around, generally around this area, as you can see in the cone. After it start developing, it's gonna move north. Right now, the models are a little incomprehensive. They're going all over the place. I'm about to show that right now. Alright, so with the American model, as you can see on my screen, we have the remnants of Gordon right here, as well as the Shermans too. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. As they move northeast, they start dissipating and weakening and basically become non threat. So as we get into next week, see Wednesday 25th of December. We got a tropical wave right here, and a tropical wave coming off the coast of Africa right after this one. And we have what we're mainly looking out for as well as see um, some things trying to develop over here as well in the Eastern Pacific. So 997 millibars, this potential system where the National Hurricane has it, as it starts developing, it organizes a little bit more and goes into the Gulf of Mexico, um, west, and starts moving east and going to Central Florida, impacting Tampa. And that's not all. As you can see, we also have a tropical wave right here, as well as a potential tropical storm right here. As it keeps moving west, impacts starts impacting Cuba, potentially some parts over here of the south of Bahamas, and it ends up just being stationary, and that's what I always show. So recap for this again. Um, for the system. Now, this system, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in to show with the American model. As you can see, it starts organizing. This is zoomed in so I can show everything around more detail. So as it starts organizing in the Gulf of Mexico, it starts moving east right after. As you can see, potentially 942 millibars, basically category 3, maybe borderline category 4. And we also have that tropical storm over here heading towards the Lesser Antilles as well. So impacting Tampa, and not only Tampa but also impacting excuse me, also impacting Orlando and parts of Florida. Because he moves into the coast of the Carolinas and moves away. And this potential, this could be this storm. It could be, if these is true. Um, it's just gonna impact parts of Cuba. But the weird thing is, it stays stationary around Cuba and the island, and it starts moving north a little bit, but staying mainly stationary. So with the Canadian model, I'm gonna go and show you. Excuse me. As we play it, the Canadian model as it starts organizing again, in the same cone where the National Hurricane Center showed it, it starts organizing generally around the same area, but it does something a little different. Instead of staying right here to organize, it starts moving north. As you can see, it moves straight north and impacting Louisiana as a borderline, like not borderline, excuse me, as a potential Category 1 or Category 2 hurricane, potentially Category 3. Um, so you can see a major change between the American model and the American model, where it just hits Florida, near Central Florida, and this goes ahead and hits Louisiana. Major difference because the American model was actually agreeing with the Canadian model, where we're gonna hit somewhere relatively around North Florida, but now there's changed, and now the Canadian model is predicting that it's gonna go to Louisiana, and the Canadian model, the American model is gonna predict that it's gonna go to Central Florida, as well as with a potential tropical storm or hurricane as well. Is what the American model is so far showing us, and with the European model, this is for what it's gonna show. Go ahead and run through it. It is the American model. It's not. It shows something similar to the American model, where it goes ahead and starts organizing a little bit, and it's actually similar to the Canadian model, where it organizes right here, stays here a little bit, but instead of staying there, it goes over Belize and some parts of Mexico right here. It starts organizing in the Gulf of Mexico, and just generally staying around the same area. It doesn't really show much. But when you go ahead and go to the artificial intelligence version of the European model, it actually shows what the Canadian model is going to show. See the disturbance over here. Um, so we have the model going over here. It's going to go over Belize and some parts of Mexico. So you see something trying to spin over in the Eastern Pacific. Um, this system, it starts going over, goes back over Belize, and goes to Central Florida and cuts across. And that's what these models are showing. So for the Canadian model, it's showing its own thing, where the Canadian model is predicting that it's gonna go in Louisiana. The American model is showing that it's gonna go ahead and go over Central Florida as a potential Category 3 hurricane, and with another tropical storm potential hurricane as well. So a lot of things to look out for. This is gonna happen again, like I said, and I've mentioned, potentially next week, and this is something to keep an eye out for, especially with everything going on. Because it's starting just to get active. We already have this disturbance plus those other two disturbances, which I doubt they're gonna develop because they're just gonna move away. This is what the models are showing, anyways. They're not really gonna show anything where they're gonna be developing anything major. It's not really gonna happen as far as I'm concerned with these um with this potential hurricane. You see the tropical wave just dissipates. Let's say weakens. Another tropical wave coming off the coast, and so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and see what else is gonna happen. I'm gonna make sure I keep everyone updated in these systems. This is important, especially if you live in any of these parts that the model is showing that can be potentially impacted by this. Please keep watching your weather, your news, whether it's the Weather Channel, AccuWeather, um, WeatherBug, or whatever news outlet you use to look at the weather. Please just keep yourself informed. I know some people out there that don't really take these things serious. This is serious. I mean, this is gonna be, if the models continue being where we actually do get a potential hurricane, especially Category 3 or even borderline Category 4. This is going to be something significant, and we have to keep an eye on this. We cannot let this slip through our hands, thinking it's just going to be a bluff. Make sure you keep yourself informed with any news outlet that you use. Um, and yeah, keep yourselves updated, keep yourself safe, and yeah, that's me, Local Weather Network. Peace.